if you're planning on using audio radar with the PlayStation 5 or earlier model, that's fine. There are some side cases we want to talk about in the audio settings. So if you are a deaf gamer and you just don't use a headset, it's plug and play. You take HDMI out from the PlayStation to audio radar, from audio radar to your TV or monitor, and you're set. First, I'm just going to open up the menu here and configure some sound settings. So I'm going to go up here, I'm going to go to our little gear icon, open up the settings. I'm going to come down to sound. Let's just set it up as though we're not going to use a headset at all. I'm going to go to audio output. I'm going to make sure that my output device is HDMI. Switch output device automatically. I'm just going to leave that off. HDMI device, we're going to change that to AV amplifier. When you come down to AV amplifier options, make sure that it's set to 7 channels. If it's only set to 2 channels, your stereo channels are going to be the only ones that work. So you'll see this light bar and this light bar working during gameplay. You won't see all 7 channels going off. So I'm going to go back to number of channels, make sure that that's set to 7.1. Adjust speaker position. You don't need to do anything here. You can play with it later, but just default is fine. And that's it. And right now it says headphones output. 2 headphones is blacked out or grayed out. You can't select anything there because we have all the audio going to the audio radar. If you are a hearing gamer, or maybe single-sided hearing, or you have some partial hearing, then there are some other settings I want to go through with you just so we cover all the bases. The main issue with PlayStation 5 is it only pumps out audio to either the HDMI out or to your headset. It won't do both. The issue that causes is if I like to game with a headset, like these for example, I can have the game audio come through my headset and my chat audio and all that fun stuff, but then audio radar itself will not receive the audio, so it won't be able to, it won't be able to operate the lights accordingly to where the directional audio is happening. So in that case, you come to your audio output, and I'm going to set it to output device HDMI, which is audio radar. As soon as I set it to HDMI, then all of a sudden, the audio is not coming here anymore. So in this case, if I'm doing output to HDMI, I'm probably hooked up to a television, and I'm using the television speakers to game. And at that point, I'm putting a headset on to chat with my teammates, which causes an issue because now I'm chatting with my teammates, and I have some ear cups over my ears and I can't quite hear the TV audio anymore. So there's a couple workarounds for this. Again, one, if you're deaf and you don't plan on using a headset, great. You're just depending on audio radar, fantastic. If you're a full hearing gamer, here's your options. One, you can use Logitech's Astro A50Xs. Now, this is a really nice headset, and it happens to have HDMI in and HDMI out. That's how they get the audio. They extract it straight from the HDMI signal. So you can go from your PlayStation to audio radar, from audio radar HDMI out to the HDMI in on the A50Xs, and then HDMI out to your TV or monitor. So now you're getting the audio from your headset, and audio radar is able to operate as needed. This is kind of the most optimal solution that we have out there right now. Is just, unfortunately, you purchase this headset if you don't already own a pair, which is a little inconvenient. It's a really good headset, and its price is a good headset. So anyway, the A50X, that's one option. The other option, if you have an older headset, like here's the Astro A50s, this relies on optical. So you can go with an optical cable with this headset for the sound, and to be able to get audio through the optical channel, you have to use an extractor, HDMI audio extractor, such as this. Astro makes this nice extractor, so you have a HDMI in on this side and HDMI out on this side. It extracts the audio, pumps it out the optical, so then you could just run optical cord from here to the Astro A50s and basically have the same effect as using the A50Xs. So you don't necessarily have to have the Logitech A50s for this. It could be any headset that has optical input. That'll work just fine. You can also get some HDMI extractors that will output to a wired headset. That will also work. The other option, we do have a connection on the front of the command center for a headset. So if you do have a wired headset, you can plug directly into this, but then you'll have to use the controller as the microphone. When you set up PlayStation, so for example, if you do have a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation headset, dedicated headset, this one happens to have a 3.5 mil connection. So you could connect this directly to Audio Radar to get that audio through this, but then you'd want to come over to microphone and make sure that your input is set to microphone on controller. So you can be able to talk and communicate with your teammates here. You'll be able to then listen to them through the headset. Not perfect, but it works. So those are our workarounds. If you like to stream or capture your gameplay with the PlayStation 5 and you're using an external capture card, such as this Elgato, it's important you can use it. You have to make sure that you go from your PlayStation to Audio Radar, from Audio Radar to your capture card, and then from the capture card to your monitor or TV. The reason being, if you install the capture card prior to or in between the PlayStation and the Audio Radar, this forces the audio to 2-channel, not 7-channel. So we want to make sure we get full 7-channel audio to Audio Radar first, then from Audio Radar to your capture card. We don't care how many channels of audio are at that point, and then from that to the monitor. If you have any issues setting up, if you have any questions, contact us at support@audioradar.com. You can reach out, direct message us on our website. Be happy to jump on a call with you one-on-one to help you set up if you're having any issues at all. Thanks for watching.